I grab the Zerker Rage, which I'm not going to need. I'm not going to need it. Watch this. Mr. Smarty Pants Rogue thinks he can get me out of stealth. Well, yeah, good job, but watch this. Have a nice trip. Let me know if that flight has a movie. It's still fun after all these years. Alterac Valley again. What can I say? I love the cold weather. I really love these random epic BGs. It's like an instant loss for Alliance. Now watch this. A few people raz early on into BG. There's 1, 2, 3, reclusive, and 4, there's a guy guarding the graveyard from absolutely nobody. Now there's 4 people, including myself, that's 5, and I'll explain why I'm a little bit ticked off, a little bit bothered here, because people are just ignoring the basics. Back in the distance, the Horde have capped both bunkers. And the fact is, it's quicker to get to the bunkers and fix the problem than it is to get to anywhere on that map, pretty much. And I don't get it, because the bottom line here, Horde flag equals bad in a bunker. That's just the reality of the situation. And people just don't get the objectives. This is just the basics of Alterac Valley. You could Google this and figure this out in 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. That's all it takes. So now I'm just wondering, do I want to walk into a 1v3 or 2v3? Now it's even odds, so okay, fine. We're going to go in, me and this little gnome here, and let's try to get the bunker. It's really kind of amazing how Holy Paladin not only have Divine Shield, but they also have Divine Intervention, or Star Trek Intervention. You'll get what I mean here. As you can see, this Holy Paladin.
Direct Enterprise. Scott here, sir. We're beaming up. Notify transporter room.
Watch this. He gets beamed up. Now, there's only one thing in the game that can do that for him. Unless, of course, he's hacking, but that would be Leap of Faith, which, of course, is a priest ability. Now, there's no priest in the entire area. I'm a hunter. I can scout out humanoids, as you can see. There is no priest in the area. I have no idea how he did that, but, of course, it's Divine Intervention. He's a Holy Paladin. He's on the Horde, of course, and, you know, Blizzard favoritism. That's all it comes down to. So, yeah, he's still up there, and he's casting. Now, the interesting thing is he's going to pop his bubble. And he could have easily gotten himself out of that jam by jumping down and not taking fall damage and getting on the other side of the wall, but he likes this side of the wall. And eventually, of course, now people are just focusing him because that's what we do. It's just like, we got to kill this Holy Paladin. We got to kill this Holy Paladin. There's no place like home. That's what he did. Tapped his ruby slippers together, and next thing you know, he's out of harm's way. But not right now. In case you're wondering who this ancient is with a lot of snow on him, who's hanging around mid? Ivus, the Fire Lord. He's supposed to kick ass and destroy Horde, but in this case, since he's Alliance, he just kind of roams around here and does nothing. As you can see, he's still roaming around a full year later. He's basically an idiot, and he attacks no one, and he basically ignores all objectives. So he definitely is on the Alliance side. There's no doubt about it. He's an idiot, he attacks no one, and he ignores all objectives. I mean, seriously, who would need this guy to go in and kill these people over here? They're called Horde. He's supposed to attack them. Does he attack them? No. Does he go out and cap a graveyard? No. Does he go and cap a tower? No. Does he go and defend a bunker? No. Does he go somewhere all the way to our base and defend our dwarf general, whose name I believe his name is Napoleon, or I could be wrong about that. Does he attack the Horde over here? No, he doesn't. He just hangs around mid. He's an idiot. He hangs around mid, he ignores objectives, and he really doesn't attack anybody. Typical Alliance. At the Storm, Alliance actually in the lead, so take a picture of this one. But this is really, really brutal. Take a look at this. Basically, 2 Fire Mages with 2 Greater Pyroblast being cast. That's ×2, yeah, at that poor Disc Priest. But don't worry, he'll be okay. It's a Disc Priest. He can handle 2 Greater Pyroblast. Oops, my bad. That's not a Disc Priest. That's a Holy Priest, so he's dead. What's that, Maddie? Why are you crying? Don't worry, the Holy Priest will resurrect. So everybody on our team is just focused on this Elemental Shaman because he's trying to lure us over there. I know, don't cry for the Elemental Shaman. She wants to play. What can I say? And it's... I just find it funny how that elemental shaman was trying to lure everybody over there so they could knock him off, and basically she ends up jumping to her death. Noob PVP. I'm in Vol'dun, I'm questing. I do know that this isn't exactly a new PvP clip, but it is a player versus prick clip. As you can see, I'm going to zoom in on chat, and we're going to go in some of this dialogue. Someone says, "You huckfed." And we all know what that means. And she spits on me. We all know this is a death knight. Okay? What other class could it possibly be? Maybe a rogue, but definitely you just know it's a death knight. So I have to type back, "What's your problem?" with the universally accepted text version of the word you are. So that's not exactly me spelling wrong. I did that on purpose. That's acceptable. Check Webster's. But watch this. She's got to type back, "Find your own kills, asshole." And of course she spells "you're" wrong, because, you know, when you're rage typing, you always spell wrong. Unbelievable. Of course this is a death knight. Now, this is a person who hasn't played the game in a very, very long time. Obviously, they don't realize all you got to do is tap on an NPC or a mob, and the bottom line is it's your kill as well. It's all shared. Doesn't realize it because I haven't played the game in 5 freaking years. So I just gotta say, go complain on the forums. Just go complain on the forums. Don't complain to me. Of course, you had to know this person was a death knight. It's very interesting how certain personality types are attracted to certain classes in this game. It does hold true. Of course, there's exceptions, but all I can say is thanks for playing. A couple of things I really love about IOC, or Isle of Conquest, is there are a lot of mini games in this particular battleground. You have the refinery and the quarry, where you get new reinforcements and extra siege damage. You have the hangar, where people hang out. You have Docks, which is a famous seafood restaurant in New York. And of course, you have Workshop, where you build things, and whatever you build ends up being an ashtray, or maybe that shop. Anyway, there's another minigame called Simon Says, but in this case it's Luxeley Says. So we say, "Luxeley says to the Paladin, stand still and be like a statue." And that's exactly what he does. Does he bother trying to hit up a Blessing of Freedom and maybe run away or pop a bubble or do anything but just stand there and die? I guess Rets are really immobile. We got to hit the forums. We got to get some more mobility for Rets, don't you think? Silvershard Binds baffles Alliance much like Chinese algebra baffles the common man. Speaking of RNG and Chinese algebra, somehow, someway, Blizzard managed to introduce RNG into Battlegrounds and do something statistically and mathematically impossible, like throw me into Silvershard Mines 8 out of the last 9 random BGs. Yes, Blizzard is bringing RNG to new levels by throwing me, and this has happened more than once. This is just an example of one where I've been thrown into Silvershard Mines 8 out of the last 9 times randomly. That is statistically and mathematically pretty much almost impossible, but that's not the reason for this clip. See, we're trying to do some damage to this hunter who's just hanging in there. He's just hanging in there one way or another. And he's just hanging in there. BM Hunter, sticking around, fighting it out, getting some heals. Now he's going to play dead soon. Watch. Coming soon. He's going to try to fool everybody. "Look, everybody, I'm dead." But that's really just to get the dots off. I understand. He's got 3 dots on him. And they're disengaged and dead. "Look, guys, I'm dead." No, you're not. But what's really funny is he knows where the healing buff is, and he's running to it, and he gets the healing buff, which is kind of good for him. But we're going to typhoon him into the lava, and it's death by lava. Warfronts happens to be Timeless Isle meets Asheran in Arathi Basin, or in this case, Arathi Highlands. So it's kind of Arathi Highlands and Arathi Basin. You get the point, though. We win. It's very difficult to win these, by the way. Shield. I get a 340 shield, but I already have a 370 shield, and I have a 340 shield in my bag. So I already have 2 shields, but thank you for the 340 shield that I can't use. Let me see what I get with the 370 piece. That's what I really... Hi, Jaina. Hi, Wicker Man. Both of you look really pissed off, like you're forced to play Battle for Azeroth. I'm sorry about that. So let's see. Now we're going to get our quest, and we're going to get our epic welfare gear, 370, and I get, of course I get, another shield. Thank you. Blizzard, for that wonderful. I mean, Blizzard's really taken RNG to a new level. It is just absolutely terrible, and they know better. They're not like, oh, I'm surprised this doesn't work. I'm really shocked. We gotta fix it. No, this is the way they intended to be, and this is the way they want it to be. So you can be on that merry-go-round and get that extra 5 eye level or extra 10 eye level. It is absolute mayhem and a total atrocity trying to get gear in BFA with this wonderful RNG through the wonderful Blizzard. This is Luxeley saying, whatever it is by you, whether it's morning or it's afternoon or some other random part of day, thank you for watching and make your day epic.